What's up, guys? It's Crazy Cooper 102 here. Like I said a few minutes ago, I figured that was going to happen, where my phone was going to die. But luckily, I have a car charger. I actually went ahead and bought the actual Apple brand because I don't know if you guys noticed, a lot of times Apple sneak a non-Apple made charger or block. Usually it's the block into like an iPad that you buy or iPhone. But they don't last as long. Usually they tear and stuff a lot sooner. The material it's made out of. That's kind of what I left off on earlier, was Android versus iPhone. But anyway, see, if you buy a $200 iPhone, it's not going to be as good as a $1,100 iPhone. So I just got done with my walk. There's people kind of walking by. I'm still kind of weirded out when it comes to filming. But anyway, but yeah, I thought I'd do kind of a motivational speech, sort of, ish. I walked around. It's our park goes in an eight figure, kind of like this. You know what an 8 looks like, the walking trail. I did that 4 times around it. Well, actually 4.5 times technically. But anyway, tomorrow is J Day. It's the spring game for JSU, where I've been going to college on and off for the last 3 years, yeah. And I did my 2 years at this college that goes by Sneed State. Before that. But anyway, if I had better equipment, would I be more motivated to film videos? I feel like I would like to be a vlogger, like that's why I was kind of pointing out the camera quality on iPhone. I know, like, actual vloggers, YouTube vloggers, they don't like to, they highly advise against and look down on using phones to record, and I understand why. I mean, you can tell when it's being recorded on a phone, even when it's on iPhone now. I'm talking about iPhone 12 and up, or maybe 11. I don't know. I heard that iPhone 11 and 12, 11 and 12, iPhone 11 and 12 are starting to not perform near as good as they used to. I think was it iPhone 11 in 2019? Was that when it came out? And then iPhone 12 in 2020, and then iPhone 13 in 2021, because that's when the one I'm filming on here, came out. It came out in October 2021, and then and then the 14, and then 15 last year. It used to, I don't believe that Apple used to release an iPhone every year. I think it was every other year for the longest, or maybe even 3 years, but usually every other year. But, I mean, I know sometimes when you say, 2 years, that does kind of sound like a long time. But then when you change it to every year, really that doesn't seem like it's long enough. Like, that's, wow, you're already coming out with another iPhone. I mean, it's already been 2 iPhones since mine. And maybe that's the way they build them, to last the maximum of 2 years. I mean, it seems like I've heard that before. Maybe I'm just making that up and my brain's fabricating it. But anyway, yeah, I'm kind of switching back between 2 different things. Yeah, J-Day game is tomorrow, spring game. I'm planning on being there. They had these instrument checkouts for J-Day game, and for if you're going to march next or this fall with the marching band, the Southerners down there. I am not marching this fall. I kind of would like to, but then if I stay in school and do everything I'm supposed to, I could potentially graduate in the fall. And I feel like marching band, as much as I've loved it over the last, since 2013-14, since I got into marching, as much as I love it. And yeah, and I started band in 2000, what was it, 2010, 2011, whichever year was beginner band. And then Arab did 8th grade, or they used to do selective 8th grade marching. You know, they'd pick some to march with the high school, which was fun. But anyway, and I was an 8th grade marcher, and which I came from mellophone, and if you know what that is, and trumpet. I was still doing trumpet and concert band, and then I went back to trumpet, marched trumpet for the next couple years after that, and then I went back to mellophone actually. And then my senior year, I swapped to sousaphone and tuba for both concert and, well, I marched mellophone for the show that year, and some other kids. And then then I marched sousaphone for the parades that year, which was fun. After I learned how to play a sousaphone, that's actually the instrument I learned how to play tuba on. That's not a good idea, really, because learning how to play tuba on a sousaphone is way different than a concert tuba. I'm getting into my band nerd self, but anyway. And I've just been addicted to it ever since then. I mean, as much of a pain in the ass it is to carry around and put into a case, tuba is a pain, as much of a pain in the fucking ass it is. It's just so much fun to play. I don't know, something about it's just so much fun. I mean, I guess it's just the blasting part, but mostly for me. I think I know that's what it was in high school. I think that's what it mostly still is now. But anyway, guys, I don't know how I'm going to splice these two videos together. I'll figure it out somehow. But I know update videos now is just all about me rambling on about how I want to do this or that more, like YouTube or whatever. But I don't know. It's just when you get older, you get more busy, and when you don't have motivation, it's hard to stay consistent. It's pretty much, they go hand in hand. So pretty much, if you're not motivated, you're not going to be consistent. I mean, but how do you be motivated then? Because you know, it's not like I don't have the want, you know, to do YouTube or this or that, but I don't really have the answer to that right now. Hopefully I'll learn. I'll look up videos and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'll be headed down to JSU tomorrow to play with them. I have a beat up old concert tuba I'm planning on. I could bring it. I kind of thought I might just bring my trumpet and play with they call them 20Js, but they're actually just tubas. Play with them, play the music to it. I don't know, or maybe should I bring the it's in my room, but it's a junky old like USSR concert tuba, and the third valve used to work on it, but now it still works, but it's pedal valve. So, but when I try to push it down, it won't push, but I'm able to twist it, and I can play the note then. But anyways, a pretty day out. I don't know, I guess I'll tag the location. I live in Arab, if y'all didn't know that. Anyway, I don't want this to be too long of a video. It'll probably be about a 10-minute video. But anyway, right now I'm actually in between jobs again. So I was working full-time at Walmart, third shift. And then, but see, I thought I was going to be put on third shift, Cat 3 stocking. And I was for about 3 weeks. And then our Walmart went through a remodel. And then I was just kind of thrown into the remodel as a setup. They call them setup associates. And our Walmart's about done with it, so they're letting everyone go, and they just let me go for whatever reason. There's a whole thing, so I'm kind of in between jobs again. So my dad works at this place called Mueller in the Albertville, Boaz area in Alabama, and they make fire hydrants there, and they do a pretty good job. I mean, really good job. Obviously, they've been there since probably the 80s, maybe even late 70s. I don't know when it was built, but not that I don't want to work there. It's actually about a 45 to 55 minute drive, depending on traffic, from here to Mueller. But it's more of a thing, like my dad's kind of downplayed me working there whenever I mentioned it. Mainly because mainly because of the job. He does, or I mean the drive. Sorry. He says he doesn't think that I couldn't do the job. He thinks I probably could do the job there. But I'm afraid that if I start working there, that I'm just not going to like it, and it's just going to, and the drive's just going to add on to me really not wanting to be there. And plus, I would rather work a first or a third shift job. I know that sounds weird. I mean, but when I have stuff during the day I want to do, or I mean, mostly the afternoon, like right now, or I don't know, if I have stuff coming up, it's going to be during the afternoon and evening time. And first and third shift, I'm able to do that. Believe it or not. Because, see, like, I think their third shift, I think my dad said they go in at 10, but it might be 11 to 7:30. But I thought he said it's, or it might be 10 to 6, because I had a buddy that used to work there, and he worked third shift before there. And it was 10 to 6:30, actually. But it might be 11 to 7:30. I know when I worked at Walmart, when I went in at 11 and it was a full shift, I got off at 11 to 8, because they had 1 hour lunch breaks. And that Mueller, they only had 30 minutes. So, yeah, it was 11 to 8 at Walmart. But anyway, but I think my buddy worked 10 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. So, and I do a community wind band in Coleman, and it's usually 6:30 to 8. But the band director there is not like the one I had at Sneed State when I had concert band there and community band, or I mean jazz band. He was the one at Sneed was very good about letting us out right on time. And if he held us over any, he would usually cut back on the next rehearsal for that. You know, letting us out a little bit early. However much longer he held us over for, which is a good concept. But anyway, you know, so I kind of want to keep doing that. You know, the community wind band is just, band's always just been a big part of my life. And so I kind of want to just keep doing it. Yeah, I'm a big band nerd. Y'all already know that, but know anything about my channel. I love band. I'm just a big band person. Mainly marching band, but ever since high school, marching band's got a lot harder. And I know at JSU it was pretty hard getting back into it. Now after a little after the season starts, it's okay. You know, it's like, okay, I can do this. But when you're first trying, like when you're down there doing basics for marching band, the blocks, and band camp and everything, oh my God, Lord, it is awful. It is pretty intense, I ain't gonna lie. Especially with me wanting to march tuba 20J down there. It can be the worst thing ever. I ain't kidding. But that's what it goes back to me You know, I just want to play tuba, the biggest instrument that also uses the most air. But anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Oh no, this one's already 15 minutes long, so it'll be probably a 20-minute video. But it's good to kind of just put out a video, even if I don't get that many views on YouTube. It's still pretty cool to do videos and upload myself to my YouTube channel. Anyway, that's what I have coming up. Is the the J Day game. But anyway, what I wanted to say about Mueller is, finish that off, is I'm afraid I won't like it, and I'm afraid I'll just end up hating my job, because I've heard my dad kind of express how, I mean, it pays really, really good, and the job's okay, the different jobs there. But I've heard him kind of talk about how he expressed how he hasn't really liked being there, you know, like, not really. I guess no one really, if it's just a blue collar job, no, I mean, what it comes down to me, I've thought about this before, is really any job can become tedious and just become just a job. You know, because you're all forced to kind of be there. You know, whether it's a job you worked your ass off in college to earn a degree for, or you've started out blue collar and worked your way up. You worked your ass off then, and it still becomes a little tedious at some point. But, so I guess no job is truly, I mean, something that you can just, I mean, I know there's jobs that people love, that they're glad and grateful they have. They just love coming to every day. But there's at some point during your career or during your time there, whatever job it may be, that it's going, you're not going to have a good time for that day. You know what I mean? There's going to be at some point where you're going to, I have to go into work tomorrow. Or during the shift, whether you're a band director working in an office somewhere, or blue collar working, you're a mechanic or something, you know what I mean? There's at some point where you're going to go during your shift or before your shift as you're going in, where you're going to go, I'm here at my job. Or there's going to be something about it, some part of your job you're not going to like. It's just, it is what it is with every job. But I know there's some jobs where it's just the whole job is something that you just go and do a job at. But anyway, I know that sounds depressing, but it is what it is, you know. Is what I'm trying to say, because see, my dad's worked there at Mueller for 32 years now, something like that, maybe even 33. I'm not even sure. It's something like that, 32 or 33 years, since 90, maybe 91. Yeah, get him, boy. But anyway, I know I need to end the video because it's going to be a long video to upload. But I guess this is sort of my vlog. I don't really vlog much, but I've always liked the idea of vlogging. It's just, now I understand why people want cameramen, because holding up a camera to your face, or even just holding it and talking, that kind of gets old after a little bit. I'll probably have to do more of these or something. Go check out my Facebook, Cooper Johnson. My Instagram, Cooper Johnson 102. I did have a Crazy Cooper 102 Instagram account, but my dumb ass somehow let it get hacked. So it's Cooper Johnson 102, not Crazy Cooper 102, like my YouTube channel. Anyway, so hopefully I can figure out a job sometime soon. I mean, it's already been 2 weeks from tomorrow since I've not had a job, and I was doing pretty good budgeting, which is just not spending money at this point in my life, saving. But I already had some college debt to pay back, so sucks. But when you go to a bigger university, you have a slimmer chance of getting scholarships, which I didn't get at JSU. I got one at my time at Sneed, but it was a lot easier then. But looks like some kids coming to play basketball. But I don't know. I kind of want to keep talking about it, but I know I need to end the video. I feel like I'm talking to a whole bunch of people. Maybe I'm not. I applied at Dollar General. I mean, like, one of my cousin's buddies will work at one of the ones around here in Arab. Maybe I'll work there. I don't know. Put in for, there's a Dollar General that was built literally like less than a minute down from my house. If you walk, it's about 5 minutes down the road. But if you drive, it's probably only 30 seconds down the road. But anyway, maybe I could. They didn't call me back at that one. I put in for that one like the day after I got let go from Walmart. They're only keeping see what it was is there was like 50 people between. They had a first shift remodel and a third shift remodel. I don't think they had a second shift, just the first and third. And what it was is they're only keeping like 5 or 10 people out of the 50 between first and third. And I was just one of the ones let go. It sucks, but I also do need a job. My mom and dad are pushing for that. Anyway, alright, I guess I'll see y'all in the next video. I'll try to fix the audio on my computer for whenever I do another live stream. I don't know when that will be. Hopefully soon. Hopefully, maybe I'll do some Mario. I need to do some Mario Kart or some Minecraft with Plushy Rhombus Douglas and maybe even Joker Mikey King, Big Mike, and my girlfriend J Faye. Alright, well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. My window's fogging up now a little bit. Can't really see it in the video. That's weird. There you go. But I hope y'all have a great day. Great whenever you see this video. If you see this video. Also, I'm a huge fan of this guy named McJuggernuggets. He used to do this series called the Psycho series, and where he portrayed it as real life. I mean, it was like it's a real life. Anything that's reality, or not even just reality TV. Even anything that's not a cartoon or animated. I mean, it's real life technically, but I mean, he portrayed it like without telling anyone that it was fake or scripted. That he was coming up with the series in his head. He kind of just led people on to think that this is his actual real life. And he did that for 2 to 4 years or something like that, back in 2012 to 2016, I think it was. But it was kind of on and off at first, and then I think it wasn't until 2015 when he started doing like videos every single day. I mean, it was crazy. But anyway, the reason I bring him up is I grew pretty close to him. I feel like I know him. I feel like I ought to know him, because I watched him so much. Same thing with his uncle, his Uncle Larry, that does Larry's Lounge now on YouTube. I just feel like they're friends of mine, almost. Even though I've never actually spoken a word to them. Well, through Twitter, or X now, and YouTube, commenting on there, but he's loved a few of my comments before, or hearted them, however you want to look at it, hearted. But yeah, Jesse is his name. His Aunt Jackie, I never even knew her last name. I mean, she was just in videos, and his Psycho series videos, and just other random videos, get-togethers, whatnot. Well, she was a big part of his channel. She passed away, and that's just been on my mind too. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like he's my family or they don't even know me. I mean, he only barely probably knows me through X or Twitter. Same thing with Uncle Larry. But what I'm trying to say is my condolences go to him, and my prayers, and his whole family. His Uncle Larry, yeah, his Uncle Chris, that was in videos in the Psycho series and other videos too. He passed away 3 years ago now, I believe, which is crazy. It's been that long. And he was a big part of the Psycho series. If y'all haven't seen that, y'all need to go check it out. He was just, in the Psycho series, he portrayed a hard-ass uncle that wouldn't tolerate the camera or YouTube, just like his dad, Psycho dad. But then he started to understand that, well, if he's making money at it, who gives a flying F? But anyway, and the reason I've been thinking of that recently is because, I mean, not only because I knew about it happening, but my Nana passed away about 2 weeks before his did. And she was a Nana that I hadn't really seen as much over the last 2 to 4 months before she had passed. I don't know, it was just because I got busy with work, mainly. You know, working thirds, you just feel like sleeping all the time. And even when you you could sleep all day. Like, from the time I got off at 6 in the morning, I worked 9 to 6 at Walmart. From the time I got off at 6, I would take a sleep aid, yeah. Because otherwise, if I didn't, and even when I did, I started off taking just half a sleep aid, I would wake up on and off throughout the day. And even when I got to where I would take a whole sleep aid, I still would wake up on and off throughout the day. So I could sleep all day, all the way till like 6 or 7 or even 8 o'clock at night, especially when I first started working thirds. And I still could feel like I didn't get enough sleep. So anyway, she passed whenever I remember it was a Wednesday, about 2-3 weeks ago now. And I woke up about 4 or 5 o'clock. And I heard the news that my Nana went to make her coffee, and she had already had been having weak spells, especially over the last 2 or 3 years, maybe, about 3 years probably. And she, we think it was her blood pressure just was real low, because she was just, my Aunt Sherry went to go pick her up, and she was sitting in her rocking chair that was close to the kitchen. Not that y'all know what it looks like, but anyway, in her trailer, she had a double wide trailer, and she was just sitting there with her head leaned over. It's a lot easier to talk about it now than it was then. I've already kind of dealt with depression and anxiety lately. Anxiety, it just feels like, man, my stomach is just, I don't know, just like the roller coaster feeling, but when I'm randomly asleep. Not as much lately, but it was when she passed, and then when Jesse, my favorite YouTuber, Jesse McJuggernuggets, his aunt passed. Even though I didn't know her in real life, like I said, it feels like all of them were just friends of mine. And anyway, and that just affected me. Both of them together passing away. Even though she wasn't, McJuggernuggets hadn't even uploaded that much over the last year or two, it still affected me, because I know how that's like, losing someone suddenly like that. I mean, it just happened to my family. and you feel like you could have still seen them more, or you could have done something about it. Or what if you had went and saw them? Now, from what I understand, his aunt, McJuggerNugget's Aunt Jackie was in the hospital for a couple days before she passed because of a clot or something. But still, you feel like, what if I'd went up there, like with my nana? What if I went up there to check on her? My Aunt Sherry was going to go take her to a hearing appointment, and she'd been like that for probably 30 minutes to an hour. Well, I often think, what if I'd went up there that morning instead when she got up or something? Anyway, I know it's a sad note. It feels good talking about it out loud. But I know when I turn off the camera, it's like I'll go back to feeling sad for a little bit. And I've had some mood swings a little bit. It's like McJuggerNugget's video, he said he had a lot of mood swings, and it was awful seeing him like that. So sad like that, but anyway. Alright, well, maybe I'll upload some gaming videos, I don't know. Something, to get me going again, and my motivation up. Life's a lot different outside of high school. I keep saying it because I keep thinking that's when it seemed like it changed for me. Well, obviously, graduating was good, but and that's been a while since I graduated high school. But I'm just saying, I'm thinking back to when my motivation seemed like it changed. Anyway, y'all have a great day, night, whenever, and I'll see y'all in the next video.